Alright guys, day 24, part 2. So in this video I want to talk about something that I learned today actually. So earlier today I reflected on how I've been performing this past week, these past 2 weeks actually. And what I've noticed is, based on my observations, that even though I'm waking up early in the morning to work on my financial pursuits, I tend not to enjoy it as much in the morning. The reason being, if I'm not able to finish a task and I have to cut it off just so that I can go finish my academic work, I'm not enjoying that. That's making me more inconsistent with my progress towards my financial goals. At least I don't like that at all. The way I prefer to work is getting my academic work out of the way first, then working on my financial pursuits, then working on learning new skills and actively improving myself, and then working on miscellaneous tasks and whatnot, and using that as a means to unwind before going to bed. And so that's the first pattern that I've noticed in my behavior, and that's basically what's ideal for me, based on what works for me. And so this just goes to demonstrate that sometimes even things that people tell you are good for you, let's say it's waking up early, let's say it's taking a cold shower or meditating or journaling, just ask why. Question everything, even traditional advice you get about business, right? That you need to niche down, for example, or that in order to start in order to be an entrepreneur, you need to start an actual company and have lots of employees and whatnot. These are all other people's lessons. These are all things that other people have learned from their experiences. But everyone's experience is unique. No one experiences life or business or any kind of pursuit really in the same way. And because of that, you need to be responsible enough to try everything for yourself and then make a rational decision as to whether or not something is working for you. If it's even if people tell you that it's something that's good for you, it's something that you should be doing, if it doesn't work for you, don't do it. All right. For example, I'm really into fasting. If it were up to me, I would fast for much longer. I would fast for like 18-20 hours a day. But unfortunately, I won't get into it, but due to medical concerns, I can't fast for more than 16 and a half hours a day safely. If I go beyond that, then I risk certain medical complications. And so even though fasting for a longer duration of time would definitely be beneficial to me, because of my circumstances, which are unique to me, I'm not able to do that. It doesn't work for me. And so you need to be responsible enough and rational enough to figure out what works for you through practical experience by actually testing it yourself, and then deciding whether or not it's something that you should continue to do. In the previous video, I talked about how I'm moving my bedtime back by a bit so that I can have more time to study later in the day. I'm basically, even though circumstances are never always ideal, right? You're gonna have to keep adapting in different circumstances. Whether you're in high school now, middle school, in college, or if you're done with college, you're working a job, or whatever it is, right? Sometimes you're going to have to adjust. And so what I recommend, based on my personal experience, is having certain non-negotiables. For example, exercising X hours a week, for example, or going to the gym this many times in a week. Like for me, it's 3 times, doing a full body workout. That's what I like to do. Getting 8 hours of sleep, eating appropriately, eating well, and stuff like that. So basically having these non-negotiables in place gives you more flexibility in the sense that you can manipulate the other aspects of your routine, the other aspects of your daily schedule, so long as you're still meeting those non-negotiables. And that's one way that you can adapt to different changes, different circumstances, right? You keep certain things the same no matter what, because you know that they're absolute musts. They're pillars of your daily life, your overall health and well-being. And so figure out what those things are for yourself, and then make sure that no matter what you're doing, no matter what your circumstances are, you'll have to change your routines. It's inevitable. You're going to have to adapt to different circumstances. This is probably the 4th time that I'm changing my routine just after getting to college, and I'm only in my freshman year. You're going to have to change your routines quite a bit. Just make sure that you have certain non-negotiables in place as pillars of your routines, so that making those changes and adapting is much easier, and you can still stay consistent with the things that are actually important. So that's what I've learned this week, and I hope you found it valuable. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.